What's going on, all you gamers? Here we are once again in Outriders, and today I'm going to be going over a legendary drop that I think may well be one of the best guns in the game. Now obviously we've still got a way to go till the actual full game is released, but this legendary has some absolutely devastating stats. If you want to see what I think is one of the best legendaries at the moment in the demo, and may well work out to be one of the best guns in the game at endgame, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls. So as always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, why not hit that subscribe and bell icon, and I'll be bringing you all the latest and greatest in gaming content and a lot more Outriders as well for the demo and once the full game is released. But for today we're going to be going over a gun that when it dropped I thought was a little bit underwhelming. I'm not going to lie, I looked at it, it doesn't look as good as some of the other guns. The stats seemed alright, but when you start to look at it more in depth, it actually becomes apparent that this is an absolute beast of a gun, and especially once you're upgrading it and such, this could be one of the best guns in the game. So what gun am I talking about? Well, it's none other than this little beauty just here, the Amber Vault. Now like I said, looking at it compared to some of the other guns in the game, it isn't quite as shiny. I'm not going to lie, it's a legendary, but it doesn't quite come off as good as some of the others, and I think it's just because of the looks, and it's also because of some of the perks on it. So let's go over them. So as you can see, it's a legendary double gun, which I really like. They're very well rounded. They're not really bad at anything. They're not the best at anything, but they're very well rounded, and they have an amazing clip size and a really high RPM. So they're going to be shooting for a long time. Their damage is a little bit lower. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit lower, and their reload takes a little while, but again, it's not ridiculously long. It's not the best either. The crit multiplier is very average as well, but if you have a look, it's just so well rounded. The range is 50 millimeters. The range is 50 meters, so again it's slightly more than the assault rifle. It's a very medium, maybe slightly close range, but it is an absolute beast, and this legendary version is pretty much the creme de la creme. Now like I said, to look at it compared to some of the other drops I've had, this one kind of comes off a little bit underwhelming. It doesn't look amazing. It is very detailed, I'm not gonna lie, it is very detailed, but I think it's just not quite as shiny as some of the others. There's no glowy effects, there's no lightning coming down, but when you look at the actual stats, so I got this on my actual pyromancer and I was fully spec'd out for anomaly damage, so I wasn't doing much damage with this. I started to spec a little bit into firepower, and wow, did I see the difference straight away. So once this is endgame viable, so for example upgrading your character to go into that firepower, the things you get down here, so armor piercing, just good, just plain good in every game you'll ever play. Armor piercing is pretty much amazing. Obviously, if we take a look at it, the percentage of enemy armor that is ignored when dealing weapon damage. The higher the enemy's armor, the higher armor piercing will scale and deal greater damage. Perfect for medium to end game. That is just so viable. Just down here you've got healing received. The bonus healing added to direct heals does not affect leech and regeneration. So basically it's just when you're healing yourself, which you will constantly be doing. I'm guessing that will apply to whenever you get kills and such, and through your moveset, and it may possibly apply to when you're being healed by something such as a Technomancer. Obviously I haven't tried that out yet, but I'm guessing it should definitely apply to your own kills. And just down here, another staple, bonus weapon damage dealt to enemies within 10 meters of you, and you've got 7% extra damage. All three of those very helpful, very viable for end game. But this is the thing that gets me. I looked at this and I think it's because I was so used to looking at some of the others and seeing their sparkly perks that these seemed very normal. So just over here, critical shots do not consume ammo. Pretty tasty, pretty good in all games. But it didn't have that bling effect. But then over here, killing shots increased damage by 30% for this weapon for 30 seconds. Now 30 seconds is a ridiculously long time. In gameplay time, it's a ridiculously long time. So it also says it stacks up to 5 kills. Now it does say it deteriorates with time, so I'm not sure how that would work currently. I'm not sure if it's when those 30 seconds is up, 1 stack's gone. It's probably a lot shorter than that, to be perfectly honest. But even so, you will undoubtedly be able to keep most of, if not all of those stacks up. And 30% with 5 kills will give you 150% weapon damage. If you're going a really crazy build that's got firepower just coming out the wazoo, say for example a Trickster, if I remember correctly, I think in the Trickster skill tree it's got a lot of assault rifle, so assault gun I should say. I think it's all assault builds, so even with the double gun as far as I'm aware. If I'm wrong, chuck it in the comments, but I think it applies to double guns as well, and I'm sure the Trickster gets a lot of damage on things such as this for its firepower. This would be ridiculous in some builds. Could you imagine where you can run and gun, you're constantly going to have ammo if you can get that crit up, which you undoubtedly will be able to get later on in the game. You're going to be doing pretty much 150% extra damage on top of your damage. And if you have a look over here, you have the clip size and the RPM to be very, very constant. You're going to be doing a lot of damage. You're going to be having a lot of fun with this build, a lot of fun with this kind of a gun. And even though when I first got this, I was like, where's the lightning bolts? Where's the electricity? Where's the earth golem effect? What's going on? It looks like someone strapped a skull to a gun. But after using it for a little while with a build that is not actually that good for firepower, I can tell you now, I think this is going to be one of the best guns in the game late game, and I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck on a little bit of gameplay footage of me using it, show you how I used it, and remember this isn't in a perfect build, it is also from the demo footage, so I do not have all of the stats, I do not have all of the perks in the right places. I have 2 perks, not in actually assault rifles as such, so don't worry, the weapon damage will be really low, but I just want to show you how it works and how much damage it goes up by from its first kill to its last kill. So hopefully, as you can see from the footage in the background footage, this just cleans up. It does so much damage. It is so fun, and I've got absolutely no perks anywhere. Obviously this is the demo. I do not have a lot of kind of viability for guns as such, but it did drop for this character, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. And as you can see, it does the job, and look at the damage between the first kill and the last kill. Now obviously I haven't used all of the legendaries yet, so there may be something crazy that drops later on when the full game is released, but for myself I think this is going to be one of the better guns for damage in the game, and I definitely think it's something that you should kind of keep in your arsenal if you do need to mop up a lot of ads and then focus fire on a boss as such, or something really big when you've got all of those stacks up. As always guys and girls, I hope this helped, I hope you get this drop, and I hope if you're playing a full game, maybe you'll look at this a little bit differently and think maybe it is worth giving a whirl. Even though it doesn't look quite as amazing as some of the other legendaries, it should do the job. It will do a lot of damage. It should be a lot of fun in builds. Right gamers, as always, take care. I'll see you on the next day.